Thank you, music. Edit stream information. Dev store, done. Well done. Okay. Wasn't this the game where I put myself on the left side for some reason? I think we are at 73.3% after 14 hours and 23 minutes. Maybe. For now, I'm here. So... Yeah. The game doesn't tell me where I am. I have 16 souls. That is amazing. So yeah, this fight here with Betty is really annoying. I get it. And again, we start with one ability attack less. This is so annoying. Okay, let me think. So we have the beginning area, we have the tutorial, we have the cemetery. Let me think about the cemetery. But I also have the Urn Witch's Lab, the Ceramic Manor. Let me think. Did we have the Ceramic Manor a space where we overlooked something? I don't think so. The lab is the most disgusting place I can imagine. Estate. So the thing is, we have 99% of all the abilities. And the thing is, I remember there was something here. Oh. Oh. Bruh. Okay. There we go. This is good. I needed to find planting pots. You know, the game is like, oh yeah, by the way, you can plant things, and the game doesn't explain to me how. Come on, really? I like the game. The game in itself is solid. I just feel like the game also has a few downsides where I feel like, you know, it should be in the game and yet it isn't. Ow. Now I have a reason to heal myself. You know, like, the game is like, okay, so you should put a seed in every plant pot. And you can do that, you don't have to. And that's nice, but here's the thing, when you start the game you just get those things. At some point it is explained to you, yes, so those things, blah blah blah, do things. And I'm like, okay, but it also should. How the heck are you going? Okay. This is the back, way back. So, at some point, you know, like, what I'm saying. Okay, so you play the game. At some point, the game is going like, okay, hey, did you know, like, you can plant those seeds to get yourself heals? And that is okay, that is fine. But then at some point you discover there is a door that is connected to those flower pots. And since you only find seeds here and there to plant something, you make the assumption like, okay, this could potentially be a potential limited resource. So you might not get enough seeds to plant in every pot, and it is meant as a resource management thing. You don't know. It's not told to you there are enough seeds for pots. Nothing like that. Since this is a Souls-like, my assumption is first and foremost the game wants to be difficult and make things difficult. So I go with the assumption this is all limited. And as I discover it is not. At least when I discovered the door, which in all honesty I don't remember where it is. And then you are like, oh, you have to do this. And now I'm like, cool. Where did I miss a pot? And that brings me to the point of like, I would love to know in which area I have like planted stuff, like out of those many pots who have planted those many seeds. But you can't tell because the game is not telling you. All I know is I have 6 plant seeds, so therefore I must have missed 6 pots. Do I remember where they are? No, most likely not, because why would I, right? Ow. It's always the same shh with them. Every time there's a wizard, I'm like, hey, yeah, I have time to dodge this, and then I get the fireball to my face. It's always the same thing. So annoying. Anyway. Like I said, the game is mostly solid, but like some of the things I feel like they could have given us some additional info. For example, it's nice we have this inventory. Really nice. It's also nice to have a dedicated weapon section and a dedicated shiny section. Of course we have here stuff. And why is there, like, look at the top. There's so much space. Where is the section where I can see my current stats? Why is that not in the game? because I have always to return to the void and speak with my level up guy to actually see what my stats are. That I feel like is really annoying, and that shouldn't be. You should have a dedicated section there that will tell you, oh yeah, by the way. But it's not the case, and I feel like that's not a good idea. Like, it's also not a lot of effort to actually put in. So what I'm doing is exactly this. I go through the manor again because I'm looking for planting pots because I don't remember where some are and where some aren't. Really annoying. Hello. See? Here's one. Okay. And that's why I'm also like, look, you don't need a specific huge special interface where it tells me, oh, by the way, you're missing like plants here and here. But you could have done it very easily, like literally extremely easy. Just have the doors, and over the doors there is a text that says like this number versus of those numbers. You know? That would have cleared the entire problem with the flower pots. And you cannot tell me that is difficult to program. I'm not a programmer, but even I would disagree with you. That this is a problem. Ow. Also falling down, cool. Course. And of course I fall down again. So yeah, I mean, look, there's one thing making a game difficult, and there's another reason to just sit back and think that this might be useful to the player or this isn't useful to the player. See, there's another flower pot that I overlooked. And yeah, I just wished we had that, because that doesn't make the game easier or less easier. You guys. That part is just about, you know, accessibility, overview. You make it a point that it is important, so yes, I do take it as a point of importance. Put it in the game. It's really not that hard. Just do it. And here's another pot I overlooked. And look, now I'm missing probably 3 pots. Probably. Okay, I came up here, I went in there, now we go here. I don't know. I just don't quite understand why you would do this. Because there's no actual reason to do that. Hello. You know? Why make it so complicated for no reason? I mean, why was that pot moving? Strange. I just don't understand. Like, these devs are clearly also gamers. They're not businessmen, they are gamers. Why would they decide that this isn't an important statistic? And there's another flower pot that I overlooked. Why would they decide that this statistic specifically isn't important enough? Because it is. And this is another fighting room. Yep. I mean, why would you decide against that? Of course you could say like, okay, this is there for one specific reason, just to annoy the people so they spend more time in our game. Which, well, I can agree upon and say like, yes, if you do that, then yes, you make me waste more time in your game. And I say waste because this is not time where I say like I enjoyed it and it actually gives me something to do so. It is mostly me running around through the same levels for no specific reason, just because I'm looking for a specific flower pot. Look, another one. Like, I missed so many in this manner, and now I have one. I have one and ask myself, great, where is this last specific one? And I don't know. You see the problem, right? That more or less finishes this section. I'm pretty sure that in the next level, this one, I literally have found all of them because the level was so annoying that I certainly wouldn't have activated the flower pot. Oh, my favorite level. So we could go up there, but there's nothing. There's this. There is that. Which I feel like is still kind of a teleporter system, and not sure how to reach it, if I'm perfectly honest. There's this section. I don't know. Am I really thinking too much about this? I just think out of the perspective of a player and say to me, would I like this? Would I feel like this is an annoyance? Does it work for the player or against the player? You know, when you're Miyazaki and you're sitting down and go like, could I place a poison swamp here or make another crab infestation here? Then I understand that Miyazaki is like, lol, yes. But that doesn't work against the player. That is just a game mechanic to make the game more difficult for no apparent reason. And yes, Dark Souls is a very, I would say, convoluted game, so to speak, where not a lot of things are obvious. Do I want to? Maybe I do. Just making sure. Oh, wait, there's a ladder here. And there's this shrine that leads to this place, which I can go. Okay. And here we reach the first place where I said like, why is no shortcut here? And then we went inside here. And here is our shortcut. The thing is, back then when I was here, I was like, okay, there's a keyhole. I guess I need a key to activate that. But the answer is, I don't. And yes, I'm going to make the mistake of going through this entire horrible section again. And, yeah. I'm not looking forward to go through this section again. Because of the bazooka guys. But I kind of need to, because... you know, I will follow the path, but I'm just checking this out. Just checking. See, and here's my last flower pot. There we go. And there's even a seed over there that I actually even didn't notice. I guess I was so stressed out and annoyed by this level that I literally overlooked that. I probably just wanted to get it over with as soon as possible, which makes perfect sense. Is this good? Is this bad? I mean, now I have another seed. Good question. There we go. This boy. I mean, on one point, I deal a lot more damage. And on the other hand, I know now how these guys work, right? So I can take it a little bit less so it's a little bit less stressful for me. They still annoy the heck out of me, don't get me wrong. And here we come to the most annoying section. Okay, good, I have the flower pot there. Now we go to my wonderful section. The section of wonderful. Right. I forgot about that. Okay. There's no reason for me that I needed this, but now I handled this section much better. Granted, I also didn't have, like, a fireball. I mean, I had a fire spell, but not like a fireball, you know? And here we have healing, which is fine. Ow. I should do this fine as far as I'm concerned. Yep. I'm going back for 2 points of healing. There's a lot of backtracking at the moment, which is more or less annoying. The backtracking is not really that annoying. Backtracking is fine. I just like when I have to backtrack when it's obvious, you know? So this game is also not offering me any map or minimap at all. So that makes backtracking really annoying because you literally have to remember the entire layout of a dungeon. Or a world, so to speak. And that is just a bit annoying. I like how I can now outplay this guy. Let's go up to the guy. There we go. Just going up here to make sure there's no healing. Yes. This section was really shitty. You know? The best part is this moving platform that goes up and down there. You had like to ignite those engines. But since it stops above the point, you had to time your fireball shots while a guy is attacking you with poison bazookas. So yeah, that wasn't fun. So yeah. Yeah. So we did this. This is all okay. Yeah, here. Ignore those. And here's another healing part. This leads to the boss arena, right? Yep. And here we have nothing. Okay, at least I know that I have everything here. That still doesn't tell me if I have everything. Apparently I have a flower pot left. And the question is, where is this one? I can imagine that I might have overlooked one in the frogs domain, but there's also a possibility I overlooked one in the ice domain. This is so annoying. There's the mushroom dungeon. Throne of the Frog King. Oh. Flooded Fortress. Let's go backwards, actually. So this is the boss room, right? Yeah. This is the boss room, which leads me up here. Which gave me the spear thing. Which was a shiny. I almost jumped into the water. The water? Okay, so... Despite that this section was rather short, so to speak, it was also kind of annoying. Because it's quite convoluted. Like, not so easy to remember where, how, when, what was. Okay. There's a healing part, but it's already activated. Like for example here, like there are several sections to go. Also, hello Bob, let me do that for you. There we go. Stretchies, you say? Okay. And a drink. Okay, so... Hey. Excuse you? Okay, these guys are not an overkill anymore. Overkill? Whatever. Don't have to deal with those guys. Oh, this guy. I hate him. I like how this game is still going to kill me. Wonderful. This means I'm going to die. Yeah. I'm most likely going to die. But luckily, there's some healing here. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, sure. Then is this section... See, that's what I mean. Like, I don't know if I have been to every place here or not. And that is the major problem here. Because I have a feeling I actually missed a healing section here, but maybe I didn't. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't think I did. My bigger fear is that I overlooked one in the ice section. Which is not that great. Also, why I'm rolling away from here. So, we still can level this, but it's gonna cost me 800 each. So, 800, 1,800, 2, 3, 3, 3, 6, 6 in the end for everything. Okay. Was this the old watchtowers? Yes. There's Lockstone, Betty's Lair, Stranded Sailor. I don't think I looked over. I missed a healing part in Lockstone. I don't really think so. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. But I don't think so. Hmm. I have to say that the music of the game is good. I mean, the background music for the levels are never actually really annoying. But at the same time, the game also has no actual memorable music, which doesn't speak for it, which is a bit mean, but here we are. There are always 2 points to that, right? There are always 2 points to that. On one side, it's good. You have music that is not annoying. But on the other side, it's also kind of sad if you don't have memorable music. Yeah. That's the point with this game. It has nice music that is not annoying, but it is also not memorable music. Right. Don't go the long... Do I want to go the long way? I don't know. That is literally the room I was in. That's the question. Do you want a game with good music and memorable music, or do you want a game that has nice music but it's not memorable? Or do you want a memorable music but it was annoying? I'm speaking of you, Zelda 1 dungeon music. Horrible. 1 dungeon music for every dungeon. I tell you, it's the most terrible thing you can do. Thanks, Nintendo. Is it really their fault? Not really, because the space was... Are you kidding me? Oh. They had limited space on that cartridge, so therefore it's understandable. Anything from here on? 2 ways. 2 ways is never good. To be honest. Yeah, 2 ways is never good. Let's go back first. I like how I'm wasting my time going back and forth through an entire dungeon. Like, why am I doing this? And then I end up in this big room again. Which was a fighting room. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know you could do that. Good to know. And then we are in this room. Then we are back here. Wait. Okay. also two ways here. And there is this, which is extremely irritating because it indicates there is a way there, and I don't understand how to open this. And I wonder if it is actually a way. And will it open after something happened, or is it intended to be closed? Because we also have a closed gate there, right? Hard to tell. There's also this, which is also extremely irritating because it is an indication for warping points again. Then there's this. This is just a fight. This one we have. Okay. A waka 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 waka. Yeah. This is the big room. We are not going in there. There's also this. Again, like only available if we have like this teleport ability. I have an idea when these things start to work, but yeah, it's like still pretty annoying, I have to say. Laser, then... Huh. Okay. I guess this was reachable only from the other side, which makes perfect sense, I guess, maybe, I don't know. Right, they had active lasers. Whoops. Sure. Here's a healing point, but I activated that one. Brings me into the big room. Brings me in the big room. Wait, did I ever actually read this? Theodore, first lineage, yes. Then this, and now we go here. Brings us to this place. Right. Okay. In other words, I literally found everything? Kind of. This brings me up, which makes sense, because we go to the summit. Then we have this, and I already found the hidden thing behind the eyes. Ah, wah 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 wah. And another flower pot, but I used it. I also got that one, apparently. That makes sense, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to go through here. I gave you the benefit of the doubt, then you attack me anyway. That's not nice. Why would you do that? Why would you do that, enemy? Okay. Oh, it's so much fun to play through the same level again. Yeah, whatever, bro. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And then we go over the most unnatural bridge that I've seen. This bridge would never hold. Devs, I know you're no architects, but you don't need to understand that this bridge would never hold. Come on. All you had to do was adding four wooden beams. That's it. Nobody asked for more than that. Just 4 wooden beams. Okay, there's nothing there. Here we have the door, which I'm going to use. And then instantly go back. This brings me to the camp, which is fine. Four more shrines. Interesting. And I have 1 seed. You know, this NPC is useful. He tells me about the shrines, to some degree at least. And I'm glad about that. I don't feel like to do that, because that is just a single room. And will certainly not hold a healing shrine. And then we end up in this wonderful section of the game. The watchtowers. Which there is, of course, the door. Four more. Well, I have to go through the level as intended, mostly. Again, nice, good music. It's just not really memorable. That's the biggest problem. Oh. Ow. Oh look, I found healing. Ow. Okay, cool beans, bro. Here's a flower pot, and I definitely need it. Why is there... Yeah, whatever. Oh, come on, bro. You are, at least, readable. Like, you can tell where this is going with your fighting. Oh, I remember this part. Oh, the laser's deactivated. That is actually nice. Hello, sir. We are not interested. Ow. Yeah, just roll into your death. Sounds reasonable. And let's do it again. Okay, that was very bad. So to speak. Wait, I go back and forth here? And there's no way forward? What? Where's the logic in that? Okay. Why would you go here at all? This is strange. How did I even end up here? Oh, right. What a strange section which I don't really remember. But okay. Yeah, here's another door. Which I can only imagine opens up at some point. Strange. I wish the plant would have regenerated at this point, but I like how they just run into the abyss for no reason. Like, yeah, and I'm like, you shouldn't do that. There must be a way backwards, and I overlooked it. Why did I overlook it? I don't know. Right. Okay, where's my way back? Where's my way back? Is this my way back? Yeah. Then we went here, activated this, and then we continued. And we could have a shortcut there. Good job. Oh, healing. Good. I'll take healing. Right. And then we had this entire gauntlet going on. That we freed, so therefore I had to go here. Yeah, you... How? You were literally there. There was no reason for you to jump. Are you kidding me? No, bro. No, bozo. How do you even... Oh, I know how you get over there. Aha! Smart. Smart. These lasers are active. Ah, another healing pot. Good. Again, I'll take it. Ow. No. How did that hit? Right, I know what's coming here. Big boy. Yes, and that leads down there. Question is, I remember that one path, this one was blocked, and there's my healing. I'll take the healing, despite that I will regret that. Then we have this path. This doesn't lead to anything. So we just go here. And yes, ice sections. I remember. You know, it helps to press the right button when I do this attack. Instead, I didn't do the right thing. Well, that's too bad. I'm not going to remain here. Yeah, there's nothing here. Ice. Everybody's favorite element. And then I come back here, and then we go up here. For more fun with ice. Yep. But it doesn't spawn the enemies here, which is nice. And this is the end of the level. Huh. Which brings us to Betty. Huh. Okay. Okay. This brings us to Betty. But I'm still missing. Cemetery? Did I still miss things in the cemetery? It's weird. There's a possibility that I do miss things in the cemetery? I wonder where else. I mean, I went through the witches stuff. The mansion. The frog's domain, I'm pretty sure I didn't miss anything in the ruins. But we also have still a section in there that I haven't reached yet, which I assume will only open up in a moment. Okay, I will take a short minute. Not a short minute, like give me a few minutes, like 2-3 minutes of a break, and I will come back. Also, hello all you lurkers down there. I will return shortly. And I'm back. Oh no. There we go. Okay. Okay. Missing 2 flower pots. Missing 2 flower pots. Okay, let's think about this. I don't think with a high probability that there is any flower pot left in the cemetery. There is definitely no flower pot left in the manor and below the manor. There is the possibility that there might be one in the garden, but there's also the chance that I cannot reach that point yet. I just did Castle Lockstone, or whatever its name is, and the watchtowers. There shouldn't be any there. There also shouldn't be anything left in the sailor. Which kind of leaves us with the frog's domain. There's a chance in the water section of the frog's domain that I might have overlooked, and maybe in the underground, but I don't really think I overlooked something in the underground. But there is, I mean in the ruins, and above there is a possibility that there is one, but we cannot access it yet. So, yeah. Where was the section for the overgrown? That is my next question. Is it this? Yes. I want this one. So what I'm going to do is farm for a second. At least until I have 800. Because I want to upgrade at least one more stat. And this part here is actually not a bad section to farm, because it's quite easy to farm, goes fast. Maybe there's a better section, I don't know, but I feel like this one is not bad. To some degree I wish the enemies would drop a little bit more souls. Wouldn't mind that. It's still fantastic how these enemies still take 2 hits from this weapon at maximum stat. But hey, it's not the worst. Just a little bit surprising. Hello? 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 There we go. Actually we do get a lot of souls. Yeah. Yes. Hello there, Abitsun. How are you doing? Did you sleep? Yes, Mom. Doing well, slept very well last night. That I'm really happy to hear. How am I doing today? I'm doing fine. Apart from the section that I was half an hour late because I got out of bed 15 minutes before I had to start to stream. So yeah, there was that. But otherwise, I'm doing fine. Slept well. Strangely enough, I dreamed about Terminator. But like Terminator with a more serious tone. Kind of weird, because I didn't watch any kind of Terminator movies or anything. But that's what dreams are, right? Just weird. Oh, I have 808. Perfect. It's a double 404. Talk to the hand. Ah yeah, and I watched Live, and I was like, I might know this movie, and then I finished the movie and I was like, oh yeah, I saw that movie. But it wasn't a waste of time at all, because the movie is good, and therefore it's not bad watching it twice. Okay, that brings us to the point that I probably have to bother myself with Betty. Yeah. Just concentrate on dodging instead of attacking. Nice dodge. Okay. Okay. Ah, fuck, what just happened? How? This is scary. Okay, this is scary. Does that mean the fireball is dealing that much damage? I enjoyed it. Sci-fi horror has been taking too much of a fantastical approach lately. Dunk Defender 2.0. Yes. We gathered here today to mourn the passing of Betty. To some, she was revered as a god. To others, feared as a wild, untamable beast. And to a small few, loved as a radiant beauty. Ah, spoilers! After many lifetimes lived atop the mountain, supplying locals with fur and untimely deaths, she can now rest. Bow your head in remembrance, pay your last respect. Her time in this world is over. 700 souls. Not bad. Not bad as we just killed someone. Another demonic soul's anger-quelled reaper. May they find peace in death. What an incredible adventure this has been. Full of twists and turns. So Betty and the beast were one and the same. Amazing. That means the drunken guy at the stranded sailor. Was he in love with the beast? Well, I kind of feel bad for them both now. Dead or heartbroken, which do you think it is worse? They're both kinda tragic. Still, it's great material for a song, huh? I'm gonna start writing straight away. And once it's ready, come by the stranded sailor sometime and I'll play it for you. Okay. I will get to work on my new masterpiece straight away. Blah blah. Okay. Okay. Let me get my magic point, which is not a magic point, by the way. And now can we just go to the stranded sailor right away to hear the song? Maybe? also don't know where you are, but here you are. Hey there, matey. Thanks again for the adventure. I've never seen anything like it before. And I got enough material to make what I think could be my magnum opus. Wanna hear it? Alright, here we go. The drunk crow did love a lass named Betty. But it turned out she was a big hairy yeti. The hero and the beast battled till they both got all sweaty. But Betty, the yeti, got sliced into spaghetti. And now we'll never see the wedding confetti. I mean, amusing, but a little bit morbid, right? Or she got turned into spaghetti, you know. No. Truly poetic. Did you save my Betty? Yes. In some form.
I get some strange customers. You wouldn't believe it. One guy has a plot for his head. Have you ever seen something so unusual? Nice guy though, loves my fish head soup. Would you like to try any of my freshly prepared delicacies today? Sure. Great, one delicious meal coming up. I sure do love preparing food with my multi-digit mammal's hands. Yes. I don't know if we get anything new out of this. Really good at the bubble effect. Now, let me tell you a little something while you ingest the nutrients. Yeah. You look like a sprightly young biped. I'm sure you could get on through the Suez grate, right? I already did. Okay, let's get over this. I've heard it's a secret through a sewer. I've did this. Yes. Hollowed out wall into a keyhole-shaped alcove just north of here inside Castle Lakes Lockstone. There's a hollowed out wall in a keyhole-shaped alcove. There's a hollowed out wall in a keyhole-shaped alcove. Did I do that? Weird. He tells me about the sewers, which I already did. I'm not sure about the alcove thing. Anyway. I wanna farm 100 souls. Almost 100 souls. So I can get another upgrade. While I'm still getting bothered by the fact that I'm still missing 2 pots. Which I'm like, why? Why? Hi, Bob. Hello, Bob. Bobbity Bob Bob. There we go.
Bebop. Stretches. Also, we are missing 4. Wow. Don't click out of the game. Why are you doing this? We're also missing 4 shrines. Wow, it is not even worth to kill those normal plants, since they don't give me souls. 1 soul is not worth it. Ow. Karma and so on. Okay. How much are you giving me? You give me 1. I'm not going to bother then. Nope. 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 Again, I feel like I feel like, you know, the pickup souls we have? The red ones. You know, the red ones we can pick up, which is basically like... This is your price for backtracking into dungeons. I feel like they should have really increased the amount of souls you get out of that. Over time, since you cannot reach all of them right away, you need for most... No, actually you need for almost every of those souls an ability. So I feel like over time they should give you a little bit more souls. Because each of them so far only gives you 100. And I feel like it's not a good enough motivation to backtrack all the dungeons for those. If they are just giving 100. But hey. So that was nice of Betty, of giving us 700 souls, because that literally brought us almost to another upgrade. Here, stats upgrade. Now I will get this. Well, this brings us to the point that we, well, go back to the cemetery. Question is, what is faster? What is faster? Lost Sailor and going back. There's potentially the thing that the Lost Sailor is probably more near to the summit part here. Maybe. I could be wrong. There's also the question, am I strong enough to get rid of him? Not that I really want to. How interesting. Even this is not enough to kill him. That's surprising. But okay. So it be, so it might be, so it should be. 59? This leads to that. Well, we reached the point that we can open Death's door, I guess.
You did it. You're much a stronger Reaper than I. I could have never taken down those giant souls alone. It is time, at long last. Let us force this door open, fledgling, and finish our assignment.
He says our assignment, but this was never my assignment. That sounds like a reasonable idea. Nothing could go wrong.
And now, to the other side.
Why is this a whole Sekiro plot? You know?
This is it. This is the place beyond, where no life is to be seen.
Hello. Oh, it's Death. Really? Death has a fanny pack?
You. Death? I thought the tales of the original Reaper were just the mad ramblings of the Three Crows.
Yeah, well, I guess that's me. So, if you didn't know, it was real. That means you're not here to rescue me, huh?
No, I'm sorry. We're here for another purpose. In fact, you might be able to help us.
Wow, rude. But alright, I mean, what's a few more minutes after several centuries? So why are you here? Actually, how did you even get here?
We seek souls that have passed through death's your door. We are service-bound Reapers. We require those souls to finish our tasks and restore our stature with the commission. Otherwise, we will die.
Oh, awkward. If you're looking for a soul, here, then you're out of luck. Any non-corporal souls that pass through the door are absorbed into the ether. So energy has to be recycled to create new life. That's why my job was so important. Not that the living didn't hate me for it. I used to go around reaping souls myself, then pick them up and take them beyond the veil. But it was so depressing. Not for the souls, they don't care, but for the living ones they left behind. I wish I could let them know dying isn't scary. It's just the cycle of life. Thing is, over the vastness of time, I got very tired of that cycle. But then, one day, a strange being came to me with a proposition. This being could create portals, doors, to any place or world. They offered to outsource the collection of souls to an automated system using one of their doors. While it was open, it would draw the souls of the dead. It's like a Deaf Dyson's vacuum cleaner. A lighthouse on the shores of the ether, if you will. In return for this, they asked for their lives to be extended. Well, actually, they asked for immortality, but that's impossible. If souls stick around for too long past their expiry date, then with nothing left to tie them to the mortality, they decay into demonic forms. All life must end. Well, eventually. So while I kicked back, several generations of these self-proclaimed lords of doors came and went, enjoying their unnaturally long lives. Each one agreeing, in the end, to submit to the limitations of life and go willingly into the ether. Until one didn't. Which brings us to our current Lord of Doors. Towards the end of what should have been their lifespan, your Lord betrayed our long-standing agreement. They said there had been some kind of incident, that the door had malfunctioned and needed to be remade anew. For the door to be reconstructed, it would require the touch of death to link the door to the ether. But after this new door was created and opened, the Lord kicked me inside and sealed it shut. No way for me to escape. No way for stray souls to pass on to the ether. No death among the living. I've been here, alone, ever since. But my assigned soul, it must be here. It has to be here. I tracked it to this door. It must have entered here somehow. Are you sure you haven't seen it? Sorry, guy. If this all comes in here without a body, it disappears into the ether. Sooner or later, everything that begins has to end. So, there's no hope? It must still be here somewhere. No, 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 no. I wasted so many years searching for that soul. Decades. Centuries. I refuse to die. Uh-oh. I sent you a little bit past your best before date. The Grey Crow. Why is Death fleeing? Excuse you? Okay, cool. Sure, bro. Just run into me. Sure, bro. Just run into me. Ow. Ow. Yeah, I expected not to survive the first try. That was pretty much clear. Ow. Well, that is a good try. It's clear that the first try goes well, the second try is abysmal, as per usual. Whoop. I should be concerned about that, right? Maybe I should be concerned about that. It actually doesn't do anything than creating a gravity well, which is a little bit annoying. Hello, sir. Okay, cool. Ow? He just walks over me. He's like, nice place you have there. Let me walk over it. I'm like, okay, cool. Okay, that wasn't nice. What are you supposed to do against those small crows? Like... nothing. Just nothing. Stop doing that. Yeah, crows. That is extremely annoying. Okay. Whew. That was stressful. Whew. Oh god. I can't tell you how long it's been since I felt a fresh breeze on my face or saw, well, anything. You never appreciate something until it's gone, do you? I saw a lot of that in my job, but until your Lord of Doors locked me up, I never thought it would apply to me. I'm sorry about your big feathered friend back there. It's always hard for the living to let go of the dead. Even for of a rough run, having to reap him yourself. I could sort of understand that feeling. Even if it wasn't your intention, you've done me a huge favor here, Crow. But this isn't over yet. Because while the door has been destroyed, my power is unfortunately still trapped in its remains. Forging the door required a piece of my own soul, and I need it back before I can do my job again. That means if we want to end this cycle, someone else has to take down the Lord of Doors. Have you guessed who yet? I won't be making any more deals again, that's for sure. Head back to your office and reap your boss's soul, Crow. And remember, death is on your side. I'll be lurking here until the job is done. Nice of you. Right. That didn't bring me where I wanted to be. Well, that went smoother than I thought it would. Interesting. Well, I'll take this just in case. I also would like to refresh my skill points. Thank you. You know, in the logic of like coming back and going like, so it turns out our boss is an asshole and locked away death. Yeah.
My fellow crows, we have arrived at a moment foretold long ago. Today, Death's door has been opened, and Death themselves has been freed once more into the world.
What do you mean once more?
Fear not, for this is not the end of days, but the beginning of a bright new future. The forces of life and death have been unnaturally thrown into chaos for 1,000 years, and we crows played a hand in that. We must right our wrongs. We must accept our fates. We must reject those who lead us into a future with no hope. It is time for the Lord of Doors' reign to end, and for us to return to a natural life cycle. Even as our world teeters on the edge of oblivion, souls like these forest spirits still manage to emerge through the cracks. Soon, a new age will begin, and the world will teem with new life. For that to happen, the final hours of this foretold day must play out as ordained. The crow that freed death will have to end the Lord of Doors' reign. Why? What if I don't want to? Okay. But
what if I don't want to? I feel like my whole world is crumbling beneath my feet. But somehow I also feel hopeful for the first time in... Actually, I think it's the first time I've felt hope. How do you know it's hope if you have never felt it before? Maybe I won't have to work so hard anymore? All this death and rebirth is a daunting prospect, but I think everyone here is sick of what this world has become. A new world, a new start. I wonder if there will be TV shows too. Don't think the Void has TV shows, but you will not care anyway. So I guess we're all gonna be out of jobs soon. Finally, I can be free of the rat race. I never wanted to be a Reaper, you know. It was just a matter of necessity. I wonder what I could do next. I guess endless possibilities lie ahead. Course, it all depends on you finishing your job without getting killed in the process. Yeah, how about you help me? But I reckon you will get it done, kid. Yes, thank you for not sticking together. I know, it seems the world is ending, but I really hope I can find a new job after all this. I honestly just love typing. The feel of the keys on my feathers. The clicking and the clacking as I push them down. Look at me getting carried away. Go on, you'll be best finishing clearing this mess up. I have a resume to write. Sure. I have no doubt that you will complete the task, old friend. Have faith in yourself. Or you could help me. You know, you could help me? They're like, no. No, why would he help you? But yeah, that actually went better than I thought. I thought I would be stuck more in that boss fight. So that's good. Well, I will see how that goes next time. Oh no!